Hi everyone, I'm JJ Conway and I want to welcome you to our class on 3 easy ways to start winning with money. When I came home from military deployment to find my house sold, my stuff thrown away, divorce papers in my face, and then when the dust settled, over $845,000 of debt, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I now know 10 years later, it is possible to climb out of that devastating amount of debt. And if I can do it, so can you. If I can build a financial legacy for my family, so can you. One of the reasons I'm so excited for this class is because this class contains the steps that I had to take in my life and that I know will work for your life. It's time for you to get your financial house in order. It's time for you to sleep peacefully at night and not stress about money anymore. It's time for you to stop making everybody else rich and start putting something aside for yourself and for your financial legacy, for your family's future. It's time for you to stop living life by default and start living life by design. Come on, let's get started with the first lesson. Hey everybody, it's JJ again. Our first step in winning with money is to get intentional. Now let me explain what I mean by that, because getting intentional isn't just thinking about something or wishing for something. A lot of us wish for a private yacht or a private jet, but it doesn't come, does it? But the steps I'm going to show you are going to let you take charge of your money, and it all starts with getting very clear about what you want to achieve in life. You see, we get intentional when we get specific about what we want, are very clear about why we want it, and we commit to that goal by writing it down. I'm going to invite you to fill out one of the intention sheets that's in the course package. It'll have space for you to write what you want to achieve, and then space for you to write why it's so important. Let me tell you a little bit about my intentions. When I started on this journey, as many of you know, I was trying to get out of over $845,000 of divorce debt. My intention at that point was simply to get out of debt and live a normal life. My big why, the reason behind it, was because I never, ever, ever want again to have to sleep with my son in a moldy basement, 1-bedroom apartment, where I couldn't even afford his own bed, so he had to sleep on a little mattress on the floor. I remember what it was like not having a place to live, sleeping in my car, trying to find places to shower. I'm never going to be in that position again. And that motivation carried me so far. Now I feel that I'm called to change communities, and so my motivation is a little bit different. My big why is a little higher. My goals are much higher now. It's not just getting out of debt and creating a nice life for me and my son. Now I'm remarried and I have another son to make sure he has a good life too. But more importantly, the reasoning behind what we do is what carries us through the tough parts. I want you to be very clear on what it is you want to accomplish and why. I'm going to ask you to write it down, and then I'm going to ask you to put that goal, put your intention in a place where you will see it at least every morning and every night, if not more often. Let me show you an example of some that have been written. For example, we have this one here that says, I will be out of debt by December 31st, 2021. This is a new client. I'm super excited for her. This one here says, I want to earn $20,000 per month net by the end of the year. These are very specific goals. If you will get specific about your goal, writing it down, understanding why you want to achieve that goal, and putting it where you'll see it several times a day, I guarantee you your entire mindset about money will change. It will change the energy that you approach money with. It'll change the energy that you interact with the world with, and things will begin to change on your behalf to help you achieve that goal. Go now to your course materials, write that out, and get her done. And join me for the next lesson. Hi, it's JJ. I'm back with step 2 of our 3 easy ways to start winning with money. This one's going to be short on me talking and long on me showing you the forms. But basically what you're doing is creating a reverse budget. You're going to gather up all your credit card and bank statements for the last 2 months, all of them. Macy's, Best Buy, all of them, all right? You're going to gather all your statements for the last 2 months, and then you're going to make a budget, or basically a reverse budget, on what it was you did. So everything you spent last month, and then everything you spent the month before that. You're going to put it in categories. And I'm going to show you how to do this with my simple budget form that you'll find in the tools for this course. But then if you have a more complicated form, you're welcome to use it, or you're also welcome to use a budget software like EveryDollar, which is free. Okay? So go ahead and gather your materials and come back for my how-to video. Hey everybody, it's JJ Conway. I'm back with step 3 of our 3 easy steps to start winning with money. Now this one is going to be a doozy for a lot of us. First, I asked you to get intentional about what you want to achieve. Then I asked you to do your reverse budget looking back over the last 2 months. Now I'm going to ask you to do your next paycheck budget and stick to it. That's the hard part. See, it's easy to put down on paper what we want to do, but in the heat of the moment, when somebody's birthday pops up and we don't have a gift for them, or this wonderful opportunity for networking pops up, or this great business opportunity pops up that's going to help us get out of debt faster, or fill in the blank. It's so hard in the moment to resist paying extra for kids' cheer camp, or resist doing this or resist doing that if it's not in the budget. So I'm going to ask you to move forward with your spend plan for the next paycheck. Spend every dime on paper. And if you have to make a change, then I'm going to encourage you to swap around so you maintain a zero-based spend plan. What I ask you to do is basically you're going to spend on paper what you're bringing in. So if I make $1,000 this paycheck, on paper I'm spending $1,000 this paycheck. But I don't want you spending all of it. I want you to save a little bit of it, even if it's just $10, into your savings account, because that's really something you're going to need going forward. And if you decide to engage someone like me as a financial planner, one of the first things they're going to tell you is to start budgeting for is some savings to help protect against your goals. Because see, whenever we try to get out of debt and build wealth, it seems like everything breaks loose and has to be repaired and replaced and pops up. All right. We'll talk about that more if you decide to work with me on getting out of debt and starting to build wealth. All right. But for now, I want you to complete step 3, which is your next paycheck spend plan. And then I want you to stick with it. So go ahead and do your next paycheck spend plan. See how it feels sticking to it for the next paycheck, and then book your no-cost consult with me at jjconway.org. We'll sit down and look at the results of your 3 easy steps. What was the result of being intentional? What was the result you found from your backwards budget? And then what was the result that you got from your next paycheck spend plan? I'm JJ Conway. Thank you so much for being here with me in this class. I encourage you to check out other of my classes at buildingwealthtogether.com. And I also encourage you to subscribe to my mailing list and my podcast at jjconway.org. Y'all take care and be blessed.